would love to ask you about your chronic fatigue. I know your chronic fatigue was really bad initially. It was a 9 out of 10. And it was also the stress and the pain that really aggravated your chronic pain even more. So, where are you at this point?
So I've definitely improved in terms of chronic fatigue. I would say 75, 80% improvement there. For me, the hardest thing I think was falling asleep. It used to take me hours to just fall asleep, and it would be like the lightest sleep ever. And I've definitely seen improvement there where maybe my sleep schedule could still use some improvement, but I'm falling asleep, within like a half hour, which is like excellent for me. So I definitely think that that has improved quite a bit. I've noticed that I have a little bit more energy during the day. Every once in a while, I do feel kind of fatigued, but it is such a difference in being able to stay up all day and not feel like I'm just gonna like nod off at any second, or just any little thing I do could just like make me done for the day. So that's kind of over now, for the most part. And even when it does come back, it just kind of reminds me of how it has been absent for so long. So it kind of reminds me of how far I've come as well.
Amazing. And so a lot of people believe that there's nothing about their insomnia that they can do. I know that part of the improvement obviously came from the different therapies that we did, from the herbs and the soaks and the gastrotransmitters and so on. But what is it that you shifted in your own habits to be able to sustain and support your sleep schedule and your sleep habits?
Yeah, so I definitely have been making an effort to go to bed a little earlier. I definitely was a person that stayed up 3 a.m. and past. So I have been consciously trying to sleep earlier. So I try to go now more about 11. And then once I can get 11 p.m. down, then I'm going to try and go for 10 p.m. So I think that doing that has improved my sleep a lot, and just having like a regular schedule of when I should be sleeping. And I haven't been perfect about it, but I still have seen quite a bit of improvement. I've also been taking kind of the vitamins that you recommended and doing that blood work with my doctor to make sure that those are going to be in the right place as well. So that's been really useful to see that those things can affect your sleep and your sleep schedule. So I like to think that those also have really improved the speed at which I fall asleep. I do also take a little bit of melatonin every day. Back in the day in like high school, I used to have to take like 10 milligrams of melatonin because I had worked my way up there. Now I just take 2.5 milligrams a night. And that just kind of gives me some reassurance that I'm going to fall asleep a little faster too. But I don't take it every night. But on nights where I know that I need to fall asleep, I will take the melatonin. There was a point before this program where I was taking like Unisom to fall asleep, to just because I had to force myself to fall asleep because I couldn't. And I was having those terrible migraines every day. And those were also keeping me from sleeping. I had to take sleeping medicine to force myself to sleep. And then that kind of sometimes would make my headaches worse. I definitely think that doing this program has been a blessing in that sense, because I think I was kind of in a downward spiral taking Unisom to fall asleep and then waking up with a migraine every day. So that's definitely improved a lot.